Hello everybody, and welcome to my video on that is a really thick line. What is the Satanic Temple? So, the Satanic Temple, often abbreviated to TST, is a religion. Now, you may be thinking, oh my gosh, you worship the devil. When in fact we do not worship the devil. One of the first things we have is the tenets. The first tenet, as seen here, is one should strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures in accordance with reason. Meaning, we believe that we should treat people empathetically and animals empathetically, so long that they are not considered a threat or bad people, things along those lines. The struggle for justice is ongoing and a necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institutions. Now, this saying that one should stand for justice, so having people put out of power if they are cruel people who hurt others, having people be safe, stopping murderers, rapists, people like that, even if it is legalized. One's body is inviolable, subject to one's will alone. So, this more or less entails that the Satanic Temple believes that no one should have control over another person's body. So, basically, we believe in bodily autonomy. If someone wants to do something to their own body, then that is their choice, and we cannot have any control over that. This goes for things such as abortions, sex life, and the right to have anything done to their body, such as tattoos or piercings. The freedom of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend, to willfully and unjustly approach upon the freedom of another is to forego one's own. Now that one's a bit of a mouthful, I will admit, but more or less this one means that one should let people have freedom to make choices for their own self, and you aren't allowed to stop other people from having freedom of choice. We can disagree with those choices, I suppose. It never says one cannot disagree, but people have the right over what they want to do. Belief should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should never take care to distort scientific facts to fit one's beliefs. Which is one of the more simple ones. We believe that we should follow science as the best explanation for things. If science comes up with something new, saying that the afterlife has to be real based off of legitimate evidence, then we would believe this. If they find that cigarettes are bad for your health, which they are, then that is true. We take this as truth. If we find that aliens exist, we can't just suddenly deny that. If we're proven that aliens don't exist, then they just don't exist. We just fit the world based around how we can truly understand it. Next we have the last two tenets. We've got people are valuable. If one makes a mistake, one should do one's best to rectify it and resolve any harm that might have been caused. That means we heavily believe in taking responsibility for actions. if you hurt another person emotionally or physically, or do something that is wrong morally, legally, then it is your job to fix your mistakes and take responsibility for your actions. Every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, justice should always prevail over written or spoken word. We believe that we should be noble individuals. We want to spread wisdom, we want to spread justice, we want to help others, we want to be good people, and writing stuff down, or things we're hearing things or seeing things written down, should not change our opinion on compassion, wisdom, and justice. So we are very much against propaganda. So now on to the holidays, which is a more fun topic. Today, in fact, as I'm filming this, is the 25th of February, which is Lupercalia, which is the celebration of bodily autonomy, sexual liberation, and reproduction. It is based on the Roman festival of the same name. Lupercalia falls on February 15th, in keeping with the ancient tradition. What we are translating this to in the Satanic Temple is Hail Yourself Day. This often offers a parallel to the other centered traditions of Sol Invictus, which we'll learn of sooner or later. But we believe in people having the right over their own body, which is where bodily autonomy comes in, sexual liberation, which is basically just LGBTQ rights, and the ability to be with whoever you wish, and reproduction. So don't worry, we're not trying to make everybody gay. They are gay if they want to be gay. Next is the next holiday, which falls on April the 30th, called Hexennacht. Don't know if I pronounced that correct. Which is honouring those who fell victim to superstition and prosecution, pseudoscience, that's what I meant, whether by witch hunt, satanic panic, or other injustices. So more or less, it is the remembrance of people who have died or been prosecuted against for things they had no control over, such as the witch trials, satanic panics, because a lot of times in history, people, especially people of disabilities, colour, and those who are female or assigned female at birth, are often treated poorly, like historically, due to satanic panics and witch hunts especially. Gay people have also been a target of satanic panics, since people who weren't just cis straight heterosexual men who were neurotypical and not disabled were often viewed worse than other people. Okay. Next we have Unveiling Day. For celebration, the celebration of religious poetry and shedding iron trick superstition. So here we have the Baphomet statue. The Baphomet with Children statue was commissioned by the Satanic Temple in 2014, created by Mark Porter, with respect for diversity and religious minorities in mind. We celebrate this July 25th, and it's signaling the beginning of a new satanic era. We observe this milestone in satanic history by celebrating Unveiling Day. So it's a celebration of people being able to be of any religion they wish, and how we are no longer controlled by superstition entirely and are no longer prosecuting people because of religion and things along those lines. Next we have a fan favourite, which is on October 30th, which is Halloween. A holiday to celebrate indulgence and embrace the darkness and its aesthetic. Halloween is constantly described as evil, demonic and satanic by those steeped in religion dogma. Costumes, candy and facing fears as to be embraced. So more or less this entire holiday is just because we like the spooky vibe. And indulging in some sweets. We get to have a little bit of fun. And now for the last holiday of the year, which is on December 25th, which is Sol Invictus. The celebration of being unconquered by superstition and consistent in the pursuit of sharing knowledge. The cult of Sol existed within Rome since its early days as a republic, and Invictus was an... I can't read that. Whatever. I think it was a name used for Jupiter, Mars, and Apollo, among others. The festival celebrated these gods and may have been used to celebrate the winter solstice. So within this celebration, we celebrate the knowledge of the world and the lack of superstition ruling over our lives as well. Hello, we are back and we are in the Satanic Temples website. We are in the FAQ section. So one of the main questions they seem to get is, I want to sell my soul, get rich, join the Illuminati, sell something to Satan. We don't do that here. I'm not going to lie. Do you worship Satan? No. Nor do we believe in the existence of Satan or the supernatural. The Satanic Temple believes that religion can and should be divorced from superstition. As much as we do not promote a belief in a personal Satan, to embrace the name Satan is to embrace reputational inquiry removed from supernaturalism and archaic tradition-based superstitions. Satanists should actively work to hone critical thinking and exercise reasonable agnosticism. I can't pronounce all these words, they use fancy words. In all things, our beliefs must be malleable to the best current scientific understanding of the material world, never reverse. Do you promote evil? No. We do not believe in symbolic evil. We acknowledge blasphemy and a legitimate expression for personal independence for counterproductive traditional norms. Basic premise that induced suffering is bad. Shocking. Satan is a symbol for the eternal rebel in opposition to arbitrary authority, forever defending personal sovereignty, even in the face of insurmountable odds. Satan is an icon for the unbowed will to unsilence inquirer. The heretic who questions sacred laws and rejects all tyrannical impositions are metamorphic representation of the libertary Satan, best exemplified by Milton and romantic Satanists from Blake to Shelley to Anatole France. We follow our tenets, which I've already read out, so I'm not going to be reading them out again. If you have any other questions which you can see listed in the FAQs, then you are always able to check it out. You can find their thing by just searching the TST Satanic Temple into Google, they are the first result.